What's going on, guys? This is your boy Christian and welcome your faces back to another video. In today's video we're going to be taking my Sony FS5 and showing you guys what video settings I use to get the best quality out of this camera. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and get into the video. Alright guys, so we're over here at the Sony FS5 and I'm about to go over the settings I use to shoot videos here in the studio, and these are my cinematic settings because I want to make my videos look as good as possible for YouTube. So first things first, we're going to make sure we don't have any ND filters or anything like that on the camera. So I'm just going to turn it on and then turn it back off just to make sure it is in the off position. So after we do that, we're going to go ahead and pull up the menu. I'm going to scroll to the top and we're going to go to the camera/paint menu setting here on the FS5. We're going to go ahead and go over into it and go to ISO gain SEL. A lot of people definitely use ISO. You can also set that to gain if you want to use the camera that way. Most of the time people use ISO, so I usually keep it on ISO. For my ISO set for this camera's native ISO is 3200. So I have the high at 3200, a medium at 1600, and a low at 800. And that can be selected and picked over here on the side of the camera. So how can you get to that a little quicker than going into the settings? It actually is located on the FS5. So for the gain set, we don't do anything in there. The auto ISO limit, I don't run this camera in automatic at all, so I don't really mess with this. I usually keep it at the native ISO just in case Stu might loan the camera to somebody and they might not know how to shoot or change the ISO. Then yeah, we just keep it at the native ISO. We'll probably be able to bring it down in post. So for the white balance preset with this camera, it is a cinema camera. It is a kind of a powerhouse to me because it's one of my first big cameras like this, of this size and magnitude. So I usually manual everything just to make sure I get the best out of this camera. When I do a white balance on this camera, I do white balance it with a white balance card. I do have that white balance card right here, and it is a white balance card by Porter Brace. Actually very grateful to have this. I take this around on every shoot and make sure any camera that I'm using is white balanced with this white card. So for my white balance outdoor level, we have it at 0. My white balance temp set right now is 5000. Not too sure if that is correct because I haven't white balanced it to this scene because I'm not shooting. My ND filter is set to a preset of 1/4, 1/8, and 1/16. And then I did, turn that on and off at the front part of the video. We're gonna go down to ND iris dial direction, which is normal. So wipe it up, it's gonna go up. Wipe it down, it's gonna go down. And you can switch that to a reverse just in case you want to do it in opposite way. Center scan and everything, we usually don't set none of that. Steady shot, I usually keep on standard. Slow and quick, those are just gonna be some of the settings that we're gonna mess with in like specific videos because this camera has a lot of settings and functions on it. If you guys want me to mess with the slow and quick, make sure you drop a comment down below. Back out of that menu and go over to the record out set menu, and then we're gonna go down to record set. Majority of the time I am using this file format for my videos. Right now we're shooting in 60p, so I might use the camera for a B-roll last because majority of the time when I'm doing my talking head segments is shot in a 24p, but right now we have the camera in XAVC HD, and you're gonna want to have this to 1080p 24p 50 megabits per second. So you're gonna want to have that in the right format to shoot the best cinematic video. These settings that you see right here are the best settings that I use on this camera to shoot slow motion. As you can see, the FS5 does support 4K, and I don't necessarily use it. The 4K actually shoots at a lower bit rate than the 1080p, so that's one reason why I don't even mess with the QFHD on here. It's a good codec. I mean, if you want to use it, it's fine. I can just scale my videos up through Premiere and get a better copy and a lot more bit rate in that rather than shooting straight 4K. So these are the options. You do get a very high bit rate in 4K, but it only shoots up to 30p, so you can't do 4K with slow motion. So I'm going to reset the camera back to where I had it. And I'm going to go ahead and switch it into that 24p timeline here. Most of the time I have it set exactly like this. We have that XAVC HD. We have the 1080p, 24p, 50 megabits per second. We don't have simultaneous relay record on. We don't need to do a backup here. It gets backed up like immediately right when I get done with the video. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump back out. And for video out, this is usually what I have selected for my video out. And this is the Field World 4K. So if you haven't seen that video, make sure you check that bad baby out. We're gonna go down to output select. Right now, of course, we have it on HDMI, and for the QHD, we have the record output to external output. With the SDI HDMI, I have it output into 1080p and a 480i. No reasons, really just want to get whatever quality I can out of this monitor. I usually go with the basics, whatever works, and you know, try not to complicate it too much. Those are my video out settings. The rest of this usually just stays kind of the same. That's probably gonna be it for this video, guys. Hope you did enjoy. These are my Sony FS5 cinematic video settings. I mean, nothing too special, nothing too fancy. If you guys want to see a video on my FS5 custom buttons, I do have a lot of those set on this camera, and I think you'll enjoy that video. So if you want to see that, make sure you like this one and make sure you leave it down in the comments below. Anyways, it's been your boy Christian. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you just so happen to be new, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.